everyone, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. Decided to do a quick video on the RG503. It's because I've seen some of the reviews and it's got some pretty negative attention, so I wanted to show some of the good stuff and maybe correct some of the misconceptions a little bit. The screen is really nice, I quite like it. The first misconception I want to clear up is that Anbernic should be expected to provide a properly working stock firmware. Anbernic is not a software developer. They didn't even make this firmware, that is stock firmware. Think of the stock firmware as more of a demo or a proof of concept, so you don't feel like you bought a paperweight. N64, Dreamcast, that's kind of where this device struggles a little bit, but I don't think that's entirely the fault of the device. As you can see, my buttons aren't sticking or having issues. They do get a little bit of gunk on the side, but it hasn't caused any sticking or buttons to not pop out or anything like that. I also don't have an issue with how the top has a slight curve in it. It doesn't do anything. Dpad feels okay. It's a little bit noisy, but not too bad. Oops. Moving it down by accident. The majority of stuff on the stock firmware does work. It's more that, like I said, N64, Dreamcast, some Saturn titles work, some don't. But I suspect we can make N64 run better when we can use standalone and not RetroArch. Same is probably true for Dreamcast as well. Also, those black lines you see on the screen, they're not actually there, it's just the camera with the OLED, or OLED. See, here's where we run into a problem. Super Mario 64 plays okay, but most other stuff in this list is really laggy at the moment. But I feel like that's because it's using a RetroArch core and not a standalone. And also there's some issues with how this was compiled as well. All fixable though. For PSP there's always going to be those few games like God of War and some of the harder stuff that don't work, but that's... I mean, there's devices that have more power than this, like the NVIDIA Jetson Nano, that still struggle with God of War and things like that. I do see a large chunk of N64 and Dreamcast working good though, once everything's got custom firmware and everything's running properly. So far from what I know, we're gonna have Retro Arena, GelOS, ArcOS, and Anbernic on this device. So there should be 4 custom firmwares in total. And somebody's also working on mainline kernel. Sega CD looks really nice on this. This might be a bad Sonic dump though, I don't remember. Yeah, I feel like it is. The 5G Wi-Fi is nice though, so is the screen. And I do like the Bluetooth controller option as well. It's nice to be able to plug it into the TV and play 2-player. There's a lot of upgrade potential too, in terms of with custom firmware. With this device I should be able to get standalone MAME running, which means I should be able to do Tiger Gamecom and Game Pocket Computer and full speed LCD games and things of that nature as well. You can also add borders here, if you don't want to have it full screen and stretch everything. PSX actually looks really nice on this screen in my opinion. And this isn't even being upscaled yet. PSP, a good number of games do work currently, it's just that not all of them work. Saturn as well, out of this entire game of list, I think only 1, maybe 2 didn't want to work. I'm gonna go with Bomberman though, because who doesn't love Saturn Bomberman? It's personally my favorite Bomberman. Currently there's no frame skip or anything enabled. You get the idea. Screen does look really nice. So this device is definitely rough around the edges. It does need some work, but I'm pretty confident that a large chunk of this can be taken care of without a lot of issue. It's going to about do it for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.